Ethan stood at the edge of town, looking out at the familiar hills and fields. He had been away for 2 years, working hard to build a future with the person he loved. But now that he was back, he felt a little nervous. Something didn't feel right. Ethan lived in a small town surrounded by tall mountains. The town was quiet and peaceful, with only a few shops and restaurants along its main street. Ethan loved his hometown and felt lucky to have grown up there. He lived in a cozy house next to Lily, a girl with whom he had grown up. Their families were close, and they shared many memories of childhood adventures, playing in the fields, climbing trees, and sharing secrets under the stars. Over the years, their bond deepened, and Ethan found himself falling in love with Lily. But he was afraid to confess his feelings, unsure of whether she saw him as more than just a childhood friend. One summer evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Ethan gathered all his courage. The air was warm, and the world around them seemed to pause. "Lily," he began, his voice shaky but determined, "I need to tell you something." Lily turned to him, her curious eyes meeting his. "What is it, Ethan?" He took a deep breath, his heart pounding in his chest. "I've been in love with you for a long time. I think I've always been in love with you. I don't want to live another day without you knowing." Lily's eyes widened, and for a moment, silence hung in the air. Then she smiled, a soft, gentle smile. "I've been waiting for you to say that," she whispered. To his joy, Lily admitted she felt the same way. That evening, they promised to be together forever. From that moment on, their love blossomed. They spent their days together, walking through the town, hand in hand, talking about their dreams and their future. They shared laughter, tender moments, and deep conversations about everything that mattered to them. Ethan was happier than he had ever been, but he knew there was something he needed to do before they could truly build a life together. Ethan had always dreamed of being able to provide for the woman he loved, but his family didn't have enough money. So after months of thinking, he made the difficult decision to leave the town and find work in the city. "I'll be back," he promised Lily, his heart heavy with the thought of leaving her behind. "I need to work so that I can marry you. It will only be for a little while, just 2 years, I swear." Lily hugged him tightly, tears in her eyes. "I'll wait for you, Ethan, always." With a heavy heart, Ethan said goodbye to Lily, promising her that he would return after 2 years with enough savings to marry her. She assured him she would wait, tears in her eyes as they embraced for what felt like the last time. Life in the city was not easy. Ethan faced challenges at every turn, from struggling to find work to dealing with loneliness in an unfamiliar place. Yet, he endured it all, driven by his love for Lily and the future he dreamed of building with her. Over time, he found a stable job and began saving every penny he could. Every letter from Lily reassured him that she was waiting for him, and that thought kept him going. 2 years later, with enough money saved, Ethan eagerly returned to his hometown. His heart raced with excitement as he walked through the familiar streets carrying a bouquet of red roses. He couldn't wait to see Lily and surprise her with the news that their dreams could now come true. He had already planned everything out. He would take her to their favorite spot where they had shared countless sunsets and ask her to marry him. He could already picture the smile on her face as he knelt down to propose. When he reached their favorite spot by the lake, he froze. There, sitting on the bench they used to share, was Lily, with another man. The man was a mutual friend of theirs, someone Ethan trusted. They were laughing together, completely unaware of Ethan's presence. Ethan's heart shattered. The bouquet slipped from his hand, scattering petals onto the ground. He stood there for a moment, overwhelmed by a mix of emotions: shock, sadness, and betrayal. Without confronting them, he turned around and walked away, unable to bear the sight any longer. That night, Ethan sat alone in the park, reflecting on everything. The love he thought would last forever had faded in his absence. Though it hurt deeply, he realized that life had changed, and he had to accept it. With a heavy heart, he decided to leave town once again, this time for good. Ethan left behind the place that held both his happiest memories and his deepest pain. Though Lily would always remain a part of his past, he knew he had to find a new beginning, a new path to walk on. Life had given him a bittersweet lesson. Sometimes, love isn't enough, and moving on is the only way forward. The next day, Ethan left the town again, this time with no promises to return. He had given his heart to Lily, but life had taken it elsewhere.
I hope you enjoyed this story and also get a valuable lesson. Friends, if you like this story, please like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories. See you next time.